Bet Twabble, everybody, Bet Twabble. Top of the day, happy Friday. Bet Twabble. Nikki, Tiffany, TT, Alicia, y'all. Bet Twabble, y'all. Okay, y'all. Today it is Friday, March the 20th, 2020. 2020. That's funny. And we are on day 102. Bet Twabble, TT, Bet Twabble. All right, y'all. We're reading 1 Kings 16, 17, and 18. Trina, Bet Twabble, sis. All right, y'all. I know most of y'all, because y'all already sent me a message, that little video that I just sent y'all in the inbox about the black lady. Nikki, did I send it to you? I think I sent it to you. I'll double check. If I didn't, I'll send it to you. But I'm telling y'all, this just confirms, her video confirms some of the stuff I was telling y'all that's happening. They out. The boys is out. They got the army out, you know. So remember I telling y'all they redistributing the our military. So, but yeah, the high profile cities you can look to see that rolling out first, i.e. New York. They already sent them to Washington State. My brother been confirming that for days for us because he's there and he's seen them. Other places, I just heard California went on shutdown yesterday. My brother sent that. I think he sent the article or whatever. I didn't get a chance to read it, but he just sent a quick message saying that they went on lockdown yesterday. And there was something else. What was it? Oh, y'all saw it yesterday. Y'all, they releasing the prisoners. Okay, Nikki, I'll send it to you afterwards or whatever. After the video. It's a really short clip, but it's a black woman who drives the bus in New York. I think she said she was in Manhattan or whatever, but she seen them. The army, they're out. What they say? It was I forget how many vans. Was it 6 to 10? What was the number, y'all? Some of y'all just seen it too. But anyway, it was a little entourage of black shiny vans or whatever, all military, and they're locked, stocked, and ready to rock. You know, and she asked them if they were going to start patrolling the streets now. And they said, yeah, they're doing a test run where they was at right there, but they're going to roll out to the other city. 15 vans, y'all. It was 15 vans out there, black vans. So, yeah, we can look to see that happening. Somebody posted yesterday, which I've been seeing this since last year, but I had posted a few things too. They releasing. I was gonna say that they're releasing prisoners. Remember? Oh my gosh, y'all. Do y'all remember when I was? Oh my gosh. Remember last year when I was telling y'all when they put out the government put out the memorandum for everybody. Like if something go on, it's like a 6-month thing. Be prepared to sustain your household for whatever, just in case you can't get any help. Do y'all remember me talking about the prisoners? I went through like a whole list of stuff that could happen, like a domino effect. I said, and this started happening. Guess what? I remember saying that the guards at the prisons, I said, if stuff get really bad, I said they have families. Do you think that they're going to stay there and man the prisons if stuff is going bad? No, they're going to leave the prisons and they're going to go home and protect their family. And think about it. Some of the inmates have guards as friends. So you know who's going to let some of the prisoners out? Some of the guards may let the prisoners loose. You know, remember me talking about that? Now they're releasing the prisoners. Like the actual states are releasing the prisoners. Now they're saying they're non-violent offenders. I get that, you know. They said they want to conserve the space or whatever, and they don't want to actually cause more of an epidemic inside of the prison. I can understand that. I get that. But the whole point is they're releasing prisoners, y'all. You know, and I'm sure somewhere in there, some of them that they're releasing, they may not have been counted as violent, but some of them can be violent. But I'm just saying, with things going haywire, you know, people get kind of crazy, and especially if they ain't prepared, y'all. So I'm telling y'all, be prepared as much as possible. Yesterday, I didn't post. I don't think I'm going to post it simply because we need to go back and get a couple more things. Non-violent. They're also not. Who did I send that to? Matter of fact, in my post that I posted yesterday about the Nikki, about them releasing prisoners, somebody mentioned something. I think it was my friend Lisa. She said something, and I mentioned that. And I talked about them not arresting. Yep. If you go in there and look, I said that almost word for word what you just said. that they're not arresting drug dealers or prostitutes, and they got to get permission from their supervisor if they think they need to be brought into custody or whatever. You know, I'm like, yeah, most of the officers, they're not gonna go through all that rigmarole. They're gonna write about, all right, look, go and get out of here. You know, so just think about all the, I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of crimes going I ain't gonna say undetected, but it's not going to be a lot you can do about it right now. So just, guys, keep your head on a swivel. Don't go out. So if you got a gut feeling about something, go with that. Because a lot of time your gut feeling is right. I've learned to trust that a long time ago. Yeah, if you feel like something ain't right, 9 times out of 10, it probably ain't. You know, so you should remove yourself from the situation. Also, even you guys who conceal carry, or even if you carry without conceal, whatever, if you find yourself in a situation where something ain't right, remove yourself from the situation so you don't have to use your weapon. That's always best case scenario. That's the absolute last resort. You want to actually have to use that. So with that, there's a gun shortage too as far as purchasing. Yes, there is. That's another point I was about to bring up, Tiffany. Me and Alicia went out yesterday purchasing more ammo, and we was going to get another weapon. But all in Newport News, all of the gun stores, they're sold out of ammo. We was going around. Then I finally called to one of the big gun shops in Norfolk, and they are limiting their 9mm rounds to 2 boxes per person per day. And then we stood out there and waited in a line around the facility for about 45 minutes yesterday. So people, I'm like, you know what? I said, that says a lot. They're selling out of ammo. And a couple of the stores we also noticed, like, because, I mean, we go to them, you know, not frequently, but when we go there, their cases are always full. They're always restocking and everything. There's like completely empty. I'm like, people are thinking I gotta protect myself. So people they are coming in like I said, they out of ammo over there. And the weapons are just about out in those places that we went in Newport News. And I was about to say it. Should I say it? I don't know. For those that are here, Bob's in Norfolk. If you haven't, if you need one, go out there. But they normally, because they're bigger and they have a bigger warehouse like right there on site, and even while we were there was a truck there bringing more ammo. So maybe they prepared ahead of time, but even they still had a nice little stock in there from what we can see from the display cases and everything. So we're gonna probably head back out there tomorrow to get this one get a big boy tomorrow. So hopefully they still got it tomorrow when we go out there. But yeah, so if y'all stock up, not saying that you're gonna have to use it, but it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to have it and be prepared than not. Alicia, I'm not gonna be able to do that for you tomorrow. Me and James are going out there. So you're gonna have to, are you working? Wait, oh shoot, tomorrow the Sabbath. I just thought about that, girl. We're gonna, all right, maybe Sunday. I'm gonna have to check Sunday hours. Oh my gosh, I don't know. But y'all, just things are, it seemed like to me they're slowly rolling out stuff without telling people up front, which I get it. They're trying to keep the panic down and everything, which I get that. I can understand it. But it's almost, I ain't gonna say it's nerve-wracking to me, but I can see it ahead of time, how it's coming. So it's like, let's go prepare. Even before the craze started at the store, we saw that coming. Not only could we see it coming, we had dreams about it. Alicia had one. I remember Alicia, like the day before we actually went out there, she had a dream. She said, Pam, look, we need to go like now. And we heeded the direction and everything. We went, we stocked up pretty good. Next day, hysteria in the stores, lines everywhere. I'm like, Father, whew, thank you so much that you talk to us and we hear and we listen. You know, so I'm just saying, y'all, I don't know, it's gonna get worse before it get better, you know, but just, you know, be mindful, keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to your surroundings, don't be out somewhere if you don't need to be. I'm not sure how close it is to my little city here and the cities we are at. Trina, you already told me they didn't put Arkansas on a curfew there where you're at, but y'all, just be safe, you know, get what you can still get. Because I'm not sure how soon now before they call the whole country to go on a mandatory 2-week quarantine. But with them rolling out the soldiers and stuff and getting them in place, it's not long now. It's not long. So, and they already got cities on lockdown, and so I'll be listening out for the message today when they do the address from the White House, just to see where we're at today. But while they still rolling out stuff, I'm just counting, okay, what else we need to get? Is there anything else just in case this lasts for a while? And the stores, I don't know what they're going to do about the stores. They say the stores are going to remain open and remain, stock shipments. I don't know how true that is. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Maybe they got some shipments somewhere sitting in a big warehouse, because we know a lot of imports that we get in here, especially from China, that is cut off. So unless they already had a big surplus back stock somewhere already that they can pull from and distribute throughout the country, I don't know. So we just preparing for the worst, expecting the best, So that's just, hey, so don't be scared, be prepared. All right, y'all. I think that was it. That all I really had to say. No, there was something else I just can't remember. Hopefully I remember before I get done. I'll say it at the end. But let's go ahead and do the reading for the day. All right, y'all. 1 Kings chapter 16. That's pretty short. Okay. Then the word of Yahuwah came to Jehu the son of Hananiah against Baasha, saying, For as much as I exalted thee out of the dust, and made thee prince over my people Israel, and thou hast walked in the way of Jeroboam, and hast made my people Israel to sin, to provoke me to anger with their sins, behold, I will take away the prosperity of Baasha, and the prosperity of his house, and will make thy house like the house of Jeroboam the son of Nebat. Him that dieth of Baasha in the city shall have dogs eat him, and him that dieth of his in the fields shall have the fowls of the air eat. Now the rest of the acts of Baasha and what he did and his might, are they not written in the chronicles of the kings of Israel? So Baasha slept with his fathers and was buried in Tirzah, and Elah his son reigned in his stead. And also by the hand of the prophet Jehu the son of Hananiah came the word of Yahuwah against Baasha and against his house, even for all the evil that he did in the sight of Yahuwah, and provoking him to anger with the work of his hands, and being like the house of Jeroboam, because he killed him. In the 20th and 6th year of Asa king of Judah began Elah the son of Baasha to reign over Israel in Tirzah 2 years. And his servant Zimri, captain of half his chariots, conspired against him, as he was in Tirzah, drinking himself drunk in the house of Arza, steward of his house in Tirzah. And Zimri went in and smote him and killed him in the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, and reigned in his stead. And it came to pass, when he began to reign, as soon as he sat on his throne, that he slew all the house of Baasha. He left him not one that pisseth against the wall, neither his kinfolks, nor of his friends. Thus did Zimri destroy all the house of Baasha, according to the word of Yahuwah, which he spake against Baasha by Jehu the prophet. For all the sins of Baasha and the sins of Elah his son, by which they sinned, and by which they had made Israel to sin, and provoking Yahuwah the God of Israel to sin with their vanities. Now the rest of the acts of Elah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? In the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, did Zimri reign 7 years in Tirzah, and the people were encamped against Gibbethon, which belonged to the Philistines. And the people that were encamped heard say, Zimri hath conspired, and hath also slain the king. Wherefore all Israel made Omri the captain of the host, king over Israel, that day in the camp. And Omri went up from Gibbethon, and all Israel with him, and they besieged Tirzah. And it came to pass, when Zimri saw that the city was taken, that he went into the palace of the king's house, and burnt the king's house over him with fire, and died. And his sins which he sinned in doing evil in the sight of Yahuwah, and walking in the way of Jeroboam, and in his sin which he did to make Israel to sin. Now the rest of the acts of Zimri, and his treason that he wrought, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? Then were the people of Israel divided into 2 parts. Half of the people followed Tibni, the son of Gibnath, to make him king, and half followed Omri. But the people that followed Omri prevailed against the people that followed Tibni, the son of Ginath. So Tibni died, and Omri reigned. In the 31st year of Asa, king of Judah, began Omri to reign over Israel 12 years. 6 years he reigned in Tirzah. And he bought the hill Samaria of Shemer for 2 talents of silver, and built on the hill, and called the name of the city which he built after the name of Shemer, owner of the hill Samaria. But Omri wrought evil in the eyes of Yahuwah, and did worse than all that were before him. For he walked in all the way of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, and in his sin wherewith he made Israel to sin, to provoke Yahuwah the God of Israel to anger with their vanities. Now the rest of the acts of Omri which he did, and his might that he showed, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? So Omri slept with his fathers, and was buried in Samaria, and Ahab his son reigned in his stead. And in the 38th year of Asa, king of Judah, began Ahab the son of Omri to reign over Israel. And Ahab the son of Omri reigned over Israel in Samaria 22 years. And Ahab the son of Omri did evil in the sight of Yahuwah above all that were before him. And it came to pass, as if it had been a light thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, that he took to wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ethbaal, the king of the Zidonians, and went and served Baal and worshipped him. And he reared up an altar for Baal, or for Baal, in the house of Baal, which he had built in Samaria. And Ahab made a grove. And Ahab did more to provoke Yahuwah, the God of Israel, to anger than all the kings of Israel that were before him. In his days did Hiel, the son of Bethelite, build Jericho. He laid the foundation thereof in Abiram his firstborn, and set up the gates thereof in his youngest son Segub, according to the word of Yahuwah, which he spake by Joshua the son of Nun. 1 Kings chapter 17. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, As Yahuwah the God of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And the word of Yahuwah came unto him, saying, Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself in the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brooks, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according to the word of Yahuwah, and he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and the bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of Yahuwah came unto him, saying, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. So he arose and went to Zarephath, and when he came to the gate of the city, behold, a widow woman was there gathering sticks. And he called to her and said, Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, As Yahuwah thy God liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat and die. And Elijah said unto her, Fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son. For thus saith Yahuwah, the God of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail until the day that Yahuwah sendeth rain upon the earth. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of Yahuwah, which he spake by Elijah. And it came to pass after these things that the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick, and it came to pass after these things that the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick, and his sickness was so sore that there was no breath left in him. And she said unto Elijah, What have I to do with thee, O thou man of God? Art thou come unto me to call my sins to remembrance, and to slay my son? And he said unto her, Give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom, and carried him up to a loft where he abode, and laid him upon his own bed. And he cried out unto Yahuwah, and said, O Yahuwah, my God, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I sojourned by slaying her son? So he stretched himself upon the child 3 times, and cried unto Yahuwah, and said, O Lord my God, I pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again. And Yahuwah heard the voice of Elijah, and the soul of the child came into him again, and he revived. And Elijah took the child, and brought him down out of the chamber into the house, and delivered him unto his mother. And Elijah said, See, thy son liveth. And the woman said to Elijah, Now by this I know that thou art a man of God, and that the word of Yahuwah in thy mouth is truth. Last chapter for the day, y'all. 1 Kings chapter 18. I need some water. Oh, at least you in a couple cases of rounds. Girl, you know they only gonna get 2, and I'm getting 2 more. So that might not work. Yeah, they what you need. They got it all at the counter. What you need? 2? Boom, here you go. They ain't even letting you walk through the store. They got everything that you need right there, unless it's some different type of rounds that everybody not really coming to get. So we saw that yesterday when we went there. We didn't even get past the counter. What you need? Kind of weapon? Oh, yep, we got it right here. Here you go. 2. You getting 2? Yeah, they got like a whole little system to get you in and out of there because of the line. All right. Last chapter. 1 Kings chapter 18. And it came to pass after many days that the word of Yahuwah came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go show thyself unto Ahab, and I will send rain upon the earth. And Elijah went to show himself unto Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. And Ahab called Obadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah feared Yahuwah greatly. For it was so, when Jezebel cut off the prophets of Yahuwah, that Obadiah took 100 prophets, and hid them by 50 in a cave, and fed them with bread and water. Excuse me. My mouth is so dry. Alright, y'all. And Ahab said unto Obadiah, Go into the land, unto all the fountains of water, and unto all the brooks. Peradventure we may find grass to save the horses and the mules alive, that we lose not all of the beasts. So they divided the land between them to pass throughout it, and Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. And as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him, and fell on his face, and said, Art thou that, my lord Elijah? And he answered him, I am. Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And he said, What have I sinned that thou wouldest deliver thy servant into the hand of Ahab to slay me? As Yahuwah thy God liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whither my Lord hath not sent to seek thee. And when they said he is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation that they found thee not. And now as thou say, Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, that the spirit of Yahuwah shall carry thee whither I know not. So when I come to tell Ahab, and he cannot find thee, he shall slay me. But I fear thy servant. But I, thy servant, fear Yahuwah from my youth. Was it not told, my Lord, what I did when Jezebel slew the prophets of Yahuwah? How I hid 100 of them, 50. How I hid 100 men of Yahuwah's prophets by 50 in the cave, and fed them with bread and water. And now thou sayest, Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here, and he shall slay me. And Elijah said, As Yahuwah the Lord of hosts lives, before whom I stand, I will surely show myself unto him today. So Obadiah went and met Ahab, and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, Art thou he that troubleth Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, and that ye have forsaken the commandments of Yahuwah, and thou hast followed Baalim, or other gods. Notice when Yahuwah, when he gets rid of all these kings, he said the same thing to all of them, because they all have forsaken Yahuwah's commands. You know, just like a lot of Yahuwah's people today, most of our people have forsaken Yahuwah's commands to serve other gods. You know, and they don't even realize it, because from their youth they were brought up thinking serving this one particular god, or somebody that they've turned into a god that should have never been made into a god. You know, man, you can't talk to them. Me and Trina was talking about it shortly before it came on live. People will argue down, they will get pissed at you, and they will cut off friendship if you say something about it. But it's clearly here all the way through, and it's a tough thing. But until Yahuwah opens the eyes of people, they just cannot see. They cannot see. So thank y'all for opening our eyes that we see, and that we return to Him and return to His commands. So, and that's what seals us, y'all. Keeping His commands is what keeps us safe. And it shall, hold on, I went up too far. Hold on, I stopped at Balaam. Okay, verse 19. Now therefore send and gather to me all of Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel, and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people, and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? If Yahuwah is God, follow him, but if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of Yahuwah, and Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it into pieces, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under it. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under it. And ye call on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of Yahuwah. And the God that answereth by fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you 1 bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under it. And they took the bullock which was given unto them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even unto noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any answer, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them, and said, Cry loud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth. He must be awakened. And they cried aloud, and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lances, till blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass, when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering and evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice, nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of Yahuwah that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, to whom the word of Yahuwah came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahuwah, and made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock into pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, Fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, Do it a second time. And they did it a second time. And he said, Do it a third time. And they did it a third time. And the water ran about the altar, and filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that Elijah the prophet came near, and said, Yahuwah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God in Israel, and that I am thy servant. And I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Yahuwah. O Yahuwah, hear me, that this people may know that thou art Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Then the fire of Yahuwah fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces and said, Yahuwah, he is God. Yahuwah, he is God. And Elijah said unto them, Take the prophets of Baal, let not one of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook of Kishon, and slew them there. And Elijah said unto Ahab, Get thee up and drink, for there is a sound of abundance of rain. And so Ahab went up to eat and drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast himself down upon the earth, and put his face between his knees, and said unto his servant, Go up now, look toward the sea. And he went up and looked, and said, There is nothing. And he said, Go again 7 times. And it came to pass at the 7th time that he said, Behold, there ariseth a little cloud out of the sea, like a man's hand. And he said, Go up, and say unto Ahab, prepare thy chariot, and get thee down, that the rain stop thee not. And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heaven was black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel, and the hand of Yahuwah was upon reading all fast. And the hand of Yahuwah was on Elijah, and he girded up his loins and ran before Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel. And that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. That was 1 Kings 16, 17, and 18. It is day 102, March the 20th, 2020, Friday. And you know what? We are preparing for the Sabbath to stay in our homes and rest. Remember, on the Sabbath, we are commanded to stay in our homes and rest. Spend time with your family. And that is something that's really uncommon today, because most Saturdays, Friday nights, and Saturdays, people are out, kids doing sports and everything, and people are none the wiser. But and I mentioned it the other day, even the Pope now, the standing Pope, he is telling people that, we should probably start keeping the Sabbath as the Jews have kept the Sabbath. I'm like, what a fine time. What a perfect time. Out of all this time, you pick this particular time right now to start telling people the truth. Okay. I see what's going on. You think you're going to save yourself by starting to tell the truth now, but after all these years and this long succession of popes that's been lying to people, saying, we know the Sabbath is a Saturday, but we changed it to Sunday because we got the power to do so. That's even written in their Catholic catechism. I'm like, blasphemy. So, but I'm just like, yep, okay. I mean, I see all this stuff. The culmination of everything. Like I said the other day, it's not just the COVID-19 virus. It's everything that's happening all over the world. It's the culmination of the times, because it's about that time to regather Israel from the four corners of the earth, and to return them to their land, just as Yah said. All right, y'all. So with that being said, I love you all. And I'm going to go ahead and bless you, and we're going to get out of here. And Nikki, I'm going to send you that as soon as this stops. All right, may Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. All right, y'all, I love you. And I will see you bright and early, 7:30 Sunday morning. Peace.